Hello and welcome everyone. It is time for Jim Comics Top Picks for New Comic Book Day this upcoming Wednesday, November 25th, 2020. I know what you're thinking, Jim. Holy crap, this is 2 weeks in a row you put out a video. I'm like, yep, it sure is. I had time to put out a video, so hey, why not? I'll put out a video. As usual, I'd like to thank all my subscribers on YouTube and followers on Instagram. You're all awesome. Whether you agree with me or not, hey, it's comics. I love comics. I know you too, or you wouldn't be watching this video, so it's all good. I just want to give a quick reminder that this Wednesday coming up, the 25th, is your local comic shop day. And the whole point of that is to get their little statement is to get comic fans into their local comic shops for the holidays and to celebrate your local comic shops. So, and I can't agree with that more. I've given comic shops shout outs all over the world for years. I really try to support my local comic shop, and I know a lot of you do too as well. If you can, I mean, sometimes it's, it's hours away and it's just not feasible for you. Or conversely, the comic shop owner near you is a complete dick and jacking up prices and you go buy them somewhere else. Hey, whatever. But if you do have a good shop near you, try to support him. I try to support mine. Ivan's a really good owner. I'll give him a shout out. Heroes for Sale. He's in Abbotsford, BC. That's where I go. And he's been a really good owner since he took over the shop a few years ago. And I can't speak highly enough of him. And hopefully, I know some of the listeners go there because he mentions that they watch my videos. So that's all good. But anyways, yeah, try to support your local comic shop if you can, because it's tough times for any small business right now, just with all the COVID crap going on and everything else. So I try to support them as much as I can. So anyways, ramble on about that. But another thing to remember is with this local comic shop day, there are some variants coming out this coming week that are specific for this date. So I'll touch on a few of the ones that I'm getting. And but if those are something you're interested in, try to pick those up. So so we're going to start with my indies. From Boom Studios, I've got Something Is Killing the Children number 10. Second print is out this week. That's been a really good series, as you all know. Been a pretty hot series too. And there's also Something Is Killing the Children number 1 foil edition, and that's part of that local comic shop day. Definitely worth getting if you can. It's obviously not going to be, it's technically a reprint. It's much like the Teen Titans 12 when they did their foil cover. The regular cover A first print is definitely the one you want, but if you can pick up this foil cover, if then the price isn't through the moon, recommend getting it because that series is really good. So that's it from Boom. From Image, got Ice Cream Man number 20, and again, that's one of those local comic shop day variant covers. It's kind of a cool looking cover, and I really like that number 20, that the whole Dr. Seuss homage and storyline. It was really good. I just think I said at the time, I'll never be able to look at Dr. Seuss the same way again. One from Vault Comics, which I highly recommend you pick up, is I Walk with Monsters number 1. That's coming out this week. There's 5 covers for that. I'll show a few of them, or I'll show most of them anyways. There's A, B, and C are regular price covers, and then cover D is a 1 for $15, and cover E is the same cover, but it's a foil cover, and I think that's a 1 for $30, so it's going to be a little pricier if you can get it. But part of the thing is the writer for this, I forgot to write his name down, Paul something or other. He was a writer for Doctor Who, British TV. Also did some writing for Elementary, the one of the North American channels. I can't remember which one put it out. He's also written a bunch of novels, done some work for Marvel and DC. So this is one of those indies where it's worth taking a chance. If you weren't going to pick this up, highly recommend you pick this copy of this up, because this is one of those ones that may just hit a year or so down the road. So definitely worth taking a shot on that one. I'm grabbing that one for sure. Probably just going to get cover A. I may get the 1 for $15 if my shop brings it in. I just don't know if he's going to get enough copies to get it, because a lot of times he doesn't bring in enough, but that is one you want to try and get if you can. That's it for indies. From DC, Batman Beyond 49. I believe this is ending in issue number 50 if my synapses are all firing together today. Can't help it, man. I had a Ryan Ginger before I did this video, so it's all good. 2 covers for 49. I'm really looking forward to finding out with Constance Gustinoff if something I'm really hoping she shows up and gets converted into something else right before the series ends. And a lot of times they drop stuff in one of the last few issues. Look at New Mutants 98. Deadpool came in right before the series ended at 100. So yeah, that's one of the top books. And don't, a lot of these times the people start, the series is ending, I'm not going to buy it. So the print runs are really low, and when they drop a character in there, man, those ones become worth picking up. So gonna grab that. That's one of my. I haven't grabbed every issue, but I've enjoyed that series. It's been good. Batman White Knight presents Harley Quinn #2. 2 covers for that one, regular cover A obviously and cover B. And I like that because Sean Gordon Murphy, I'm going to talk about him in a little bit, he does that when in this series. He doesn't put out a boatload of covers. There's just usually 2 covers, which is really nice. But cover B looks like it has Starlet on the cover, and she is the serial killer going around killing all these Hollywood stars and stuff in the storyline. It's been pretty good. I read issue #1. It was pretty good. I'm trying to pick up #2 this week, and I think you may get your first appearance of her in there. At least it looks like she's on the cover, cover B. So definitely try, if you're going to get one of the 2 covers, pick up cover B because she's on the cover. Definitely worth getting. And that's a 6-issue miniseries. So at some point in 2 or 3, she's got to show up because you can't drag it on forever. You got to know who your villain is. DC Nation presents free comic book. I mentioned this one before. That drops this week, and that's going to have it's technically a preview, and the whole, I'll talk about previews in a minute, but I mean, previews are technically kind of like an advertisement. So I know it may come out, you're going to get a lot of first appearances, especially the Yara Flora, the new Wonder Woman, and potentially the new Batman's going to be in there, although I don't think his identity will be revealed for a little bit in the new Batman series. But definitely try to pick up that DC Nation Presents this week, even though it's a free comic, so you're not losing anything, but it is going to have a ton of first appearances, even though technically it is a preview, and previews are never worth as much as a first full appearance of the title, because I know that argument comes up all the time, because it's technically an advertisement, it's not the same as a full comic in continuity. So that's why for it's been like that forever. So anyways, but definitely worth getting. There is also a local comic shop day version of that, which has a black cover. The regular one has a blue border to it. There's a black border for the local comic shop day, so try to get that one if you can, because I don't think they printed as many of those. So really try to get that if you can. For Marvel, got a few from them. You got Champions #1, the second print. Highly recommend you get that one. It's got Miss Marvel on the cover, and to me, it kind of looks like the actor is playing Miss Marvel in the new TV series, Iman Vellani. So I'm going to really try to get that one. Anything Miss Marvel right now is a really good buy, especially if you get it for cover. If you get it for cover price, pick it up. If they're jacking it up, yeah, maybe pass on it, but it's up to you. Daredevil #24. Finally, we got #24 came out. It seems like forever since between 23 and 24, but love Daredevil, so I'm grabbing that. And Werewolf by Night #2. I grabbed issue #1 just because it was a whole new character taking on the Werewolf by Night mantle there. And then there's a regular cover A. Cover B is a Zavino cover. Man, it's a nice cover. He does nice stuff. So if you can get that one, try to get that one. Again, depending on the price. But so that's it for my books. My picks this week. Got a few good ones. So Something's Killing the Children #1. That local comic shop day foil cover. That looks like one I want to try and get that if I can. We'll see what happens with it. Definitely recommend I Walk with Monsters #1. Worth taking a shot on that, especially if you get it for cover price. That one's got some potential. Batman White Knight Harley Quinn #2, because likely you're going to get your first Starlet in there. And don't forget, Sean Gordon Murphy is building up that whole Murphyverse, which at some point is going to be launched into something else. I don't know. I mean, I know there's a bunch of spin-off series with it right now, so he's kind of building the universe, but at some point that's going to be picked up and they're going to do something with it, especially after the way the Joker movie made them a boatload of money, and it really wasn't obviously wasn't a typical superhero movie. It was more of a gritty, dark story, and it made so much money. So it's really opened the eyes of a lot of these companies of what can do well and what can't. So try to pick up this Batman White Knight stuff if you can, because Murphy's doing some really good work with them. DC Nation presents that free comic book day. Try to get the regular blue border one as well as the black bordered cover. And then that Champions #1 second print. That is another good one to get this week. So that's it for my picks. I want to talk about Future State for a second, because I mentioned it in my last video, and I was kind of on the fence. I did a little more research in it. I'm definitely picking up. I was going to get some anyways, but I'll let you know the ones I'm really looking forward to. Obviously, there's Batman. Reason for that, there's going to be a whole new Batman introduced in there. I don't think you're going to find out who it is till like the second or third issue. But obviously, issue #1 will be the first appearance of the new Batman, so worth getting. And the way things are going, I really hope they do it well, kind of like Marvel did, where they brought Miles Morales in an alternate universe, and then slowly kind of brought him into the main MCU. So you still have your regular Peter Parker Spider-Man and your Miles Morales can both coexist in the same universe. I really like that, because they're both great characters, and I hope DC's smart enough to do that with this new Batman and these other characters that are coming along, that they exist in their universe and then somehow they merge them, and there can be both at the same time existing. So anyways, but the new Batman, it's going to be a little pricier book, and there's 4 issues in that one. So I'm definitely picking up that series. That comes out January 5th, January 19th, February 2nd, and February 16th. And then the big one everybody's looking for is Wonder Woman. Yeah, you definitely want to pick that up. It's a 2-part series, January 5th and February 2nd. That's going to have your first full Yara floor. And I know the annual #4 right now is going bonkers, and there's a picture of that young girl on the back page, and is it her, is it not her? But to me, personally, I would rather have her first full appearance as the new Wonder Woman than a cameo of some young girl on the back page. But, I mean, whatever. I got cable as a kid, and it doesn't do anything. Long term, I think her first full appearance as a new Wonder Woman is a better bet. The only thing is, just remember this, the final order cutoff, I mean, this was announced like a week ago, that she's going to be on the CW and Wonder Girl and all that kind of stuff. So shops will be ordering this by the boatload. It's going to be a high print run. I know there's some people ordering like 10, 20, 30 copies of this, thinking they've hit the gold mine. I mean, I don't know, man. It's going to be a high print run, and long term, I don't know. It's one you definitely want. I'm definitely getting a few copies, but just be careful is all I'm going to say on that one. So, because it is going to be a high print run. You still got, I think, another week for final order cutoff on that too. That's so Batman, Wonder Woman. I'm going to get Swamp Thing, because there's a new Swamp Thing Supreme, a couple other characters coming out. That's just 2-parter. There's a new Aquaman, because Andy Curry, who was born in Aquaman 57, she's now kind of like an adolescent teen sort of thing. And it looks like she'll be taking on a bigger role, so I'll just grab 1 copy of each of those. Another big one is Teen Titans, the 2-parter with that, because you're going to get your first Red X in DCU continuity. So that's one I'm definitely getting. There's 2-parter for that. And the cover B for issue 2, I'm going to put a copy of that on the screen. Man, that's a gorgeous cover. I pre-ordered that already. January 12th and February 9th are the 2 issues that come out for that one. That one, I think the Wonder Woman, the Batman, and that Teen Titans are going to do really well long term. Those are going to be the ones that people are going to focus on. And then another one that's kind of sneaking in there is Batman Superman #1. I don't know a lot of people are paying attention to this one, but it looks like it's got a Professor Pig is showing up in there, and with everything else, it looks like you're probably going to get a new Professor Pig. And I love Professor Pig. I mean, I've got his first appearance in Batman. I can't remember the number, shit off the top of my head, but it's in a box somewhere. But, Professor Pig, he's just a great villain. And if they introduce a new version, or maybe it's his son, or just somebody else takes on the role of the character, highly recommend that Batman Superman #1, because he's a cool character. I wish they did more in this that kind of issue. Anyways, Tom King pissed me off. But anyways, that's the titles I'm looking for. So you got Batman, Wonder Woman, Swamp Thing, Aquaman, Teen Titans, and then Batman Superman #1. Those are the excuse me. Those are the titles I'm looking at for the future set. I think they're long term. Those got some potential. Lastly, I just want to touch on Stranger Things #1, because again, it's gone to a 5th print, and I'm pretty sure they're going to come out with a 6th print. I haven't looked it up before I did this video, but it wouldn't surprise me if they do. And I'm waiting for them to come out with a, because right now all they've been the same cover with just different colors, or black and white, or or whatever. Well, not all of them have been that way, but they're just back to the regular cover now. I'm waiting for them to come out with a really wicked ass cover for one of these printings that'll end up being a low print because people are starting to forget about it and think about other stuff, and that's the time you really got to jump on them. But I wanted to talk about the previews. Talking about this DC previews earlier, just remind all of you that I know most of you know this, and the Strange Academy preview is in a whole bunch of comics. I've got them all, or at least I think I got them all. And again, it's an ad, so it's not, they're never going to be worth as much. But if the show really takes off, which I mean, I know it hasn't even been announced yet, but I think that's just a matter of time, then these are worth having. So you've got Miles Morales 15, Thor number 2, Doctor Strange, Surgeon Supreme number 2, Ravencroft number 1, Daredevil number 17, and Avengers number 30 all had the preview in them. So I've got them all. There's also Ant-Man number 1, but I can't find it. It's in a box somewhere, but I've got a couple of those as well. So those are all good ones to have, just for the preview. I mean, a lot of these are good books anyway. Thor number 2 is a great book, but this one had the new store brand in it as well. So anyways, I just want to touch base on those. If you've got those, hang on to them. Or put them with your Strange Academy stuff so you don't forget where you put them, like I did with my Ant-Man number 1. I got most of the other stuff with my Strange Academy, but that's a series, man, that one, it's only a matter of time before that gets announced. So it's totally geared towards that teen audience, and Disney Plus, I could just totally see that happening. I know that's been said by myself and a number of other people for a long time, but it's bound to happen at some point. So anyways, that's all I got for you, folks. Take care of yourselves. Happy hunting, and remember, it is my civic duty to remind you all that Nick is an absolute knob. So take care. Talk to you later in the week. Bye for now.